Welcome to the best sports podcast in Atlanta, Georgia, brought to you by yours truly, Big Mac, Malcolm Mackey. We're going to be talking about things in sports and how they relate to us in our personal lives and all the top news, and we're going to get into some debates with some outstanding interviews from some former players, coaches, and other people from the community that you should find interesting, and I will too. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy again, man. Big Mac, man. Malcolm Mackey, man. The Malcolm Mackey podcast brought to you by Big Mac Entertainment, sponsored by Mercedes of Buckhead, where we can take care of all your Mercedes-Benz needs, man. Located at 2799 Piedmont Road, ATL, shouting. If you need anything, man, with Mercedes-Benz, man, give me a call, 404-846-3500. And don't be calling me talking about, hey, Malcolm, get me in that G-Wagon for about $500 a month, man, with credit score 400. Nah, man, or don't come by there talking about, Malcolm, can you get me in that Maybach, man? That Maybach you posted on, you know what I'm saying, that you posted on Facebook, man. Hey, I'm trying to get in that, man. I'm trying to trade in my 2004, Chevy Impala, man. I'm trying to, I'm saying, I'm trying to see I owe like, like 12,000 on my 2004 Chevy Impala. I'm trying to flip that, man, and get into that G-Wagon, man. What you got for me? You know what I'm going to do? I am calling security. Security, come get this dude. Come get this chick. Get him out of here. We ain't trying to hear that. Don't come talking that $400 a month down here at Mercedes-Benz Buckhead, man. No disrespect to your $400 a month payment, but if you're coming down there with Mercedes-Benz, man, well, that's not what we do down there. Without a lot of money down, man, or trading in something, whatever. But I got you. Great customer service, great selection of inventory, and a great product, man. Holler at your boy. So we're going to talk about my man's over here. You know what it is. It's Dame time. Dame time up in the building, man. We're going to talk a little bit about my boy Dame Lillard, man. Dame Lillard, man, born July 15th. He like me, man, July 11th, man. He's a Cancer, man. Up in the building, July. We love that, man. July 1990. What was I doing in 1990? I was in the Final Four in 1990 when he was born. I was in Denver, Colorado in the Final Four. Isn't that amazing? Dame Lillard, born 1990, man. Out there, you know what I'm saying? Out there with Too Short. Out there, Oakland, California. Oakland, California. He went to Ariel High School. That's one of the high schools he went to. Then he transferred to St. Joseph, Notre Dame High School. That's another one of the high schools he transferred to. This was the same. Oh, the Notre Dame High School was the same high school that Hall of Famer Jason Kidd went to school, private school. Jason Kidd went to that school. I actually played against that Brandon High School, Chattanooga, Tennessee. Actually played against that high school. And I don't know if it was a Christmas or Thanksgiving Day tournament, and we actually won. They was ranked in the country, and we actually won that game. He transferred again to Oakland High School. Dame wasn't happy about his playing time. That's why he transferred to so many schools. He was a little guy. He wasn't very big when he was in high school, and he kind of, put on some size and weight and whatnot. He averaged it when he transferred to Oakland High School. He ended up averaging 22 points a game. His team went 23-9. He was not highly recruited, probably because he transferred too many schools. And when you do that moving around, if somebody was looking for you, they're gonna come back. Hey, where he at? No, we don't know. Where he at? So it doesn't work well when you transfer all those high schools. So that's why he ended up going to Weber State in the Big Sky Conference. Weber State at the Big Sky Conference, man. So Dane was freshman of the year there. Freshman of the year in the Big Sky Conference, and player of the year his sophomore year. He won the conference championship as well. His junior year, he led the nation in scoring for most of the year and had a foot injury that set him back, and he had the red shirt for the rest of that season. By the end of his senior season, he was looked at as the best point guard in the country. So out of that small school, he was able to show his talents, which is rare. It's rare, man, to put on such a show at a small school like Weber State and be able to and be able to be a top looked at as a top point guard in the country. But let that be a lesson to you guys who have parents or kids who are going to college and want to be into the NBA, want to get some looks or whatnot, to go to the NBA, D League, G League, whatever, Europe, whatever. Dame dominated. See, if you go to those kind of schools, you can't go there and average 15, 16 points a game talking about you want to go to the league and now you want to enter the transfer portal because they messing up your chances to go to the NBA. Nah, 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 nah. You got to put up numbers, man. The man was leading the nation in scoring at one time. He was player of the year. So if you're doing stuff like that, player of the year, winning the championship in your conference, that's the kind of stuff that they looking for. So by the end of his senior year, he was looked at as the best point guard in the country. He had some 40-point games. He had a 40-point game against San Jose State. Dame was end up after his great basketball play his senior year. He was drafted as the number 6 pick in the 2012 NBA draft. He was a lottery pick to the Portland Trailblazers. So he didn't just get that, man, because just out of, he came out of Weber State, man. But the thing I try to tell people, I say, man, your kid can go to this college, that college, small school. If they can ball, they can ball. Even if they go to that school, just because you didn't go to Carolina, just because you didn't go to Duke, Kentucky, Georgia Tech, any of these ACC schools, just because you don't go to a big conference like that doesn't mean that you can't get into the NBA. But getting into the NBA or doing something like that is only something like 1% of the population is going to be able to do anyway. You got to think, y'all, it ain't been number like 5,200 players in the history of the NBA. I can raise my hand and say I'm proud to say that I'm one of them. And it's only, 300 and some players in there now. So it's very competitive. It's very difficult to get into. The whole world plays basketball and everyone wants a shot at the NBA. But in order to get a look, you got to do something big. You got to dominate. When you do stuff like Player of the Year, getting 40, winning championships, that's how you get looked, and that's how he ended up being the 6th pick. So when Dame came to Portland, he came out very first game hype. I remember the first game I played in the Phoenix Suns. I mean, he's excited, and Dame is a much better player than I was. So I mean, you talk about a starter that come out there in his first game, man. He had 23 points, 11 assists. Dame was rookie of the year. He averaged 19 points, man. His rookie year, 7 assists. Started in all 82 games. Very durable. Dame is a seven-time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 All-Star, first team All NBA, Rookie of the Year, all around big time, Dame time player. Mostly known for his closing of games in the finals, not in the finals, but in the final moments of games where he steps up. He steps up and show you why he's what he is. That superstar, All NBA talent. He says Dame time. So he puts you to bed, man. He's done it so many times. He wears the number 0. A lot of people want to know, why does he wear 0? He wears 0 because he's representing his home. He representing the crib, Oakland. The 0 stands for the represent his hometown, Oakland. Dame has been raking in big though, so it ain't about the money now. So when Dame looking for a new team, it's definitely not about the money. Dame signed a multi-year shoe deal with Adidas. Just his shoe deal with Adidas is $100 million over 10 years. $100 million, man. He signed with them. He also has other deals with Powerade, Spalding, Foot Locker, JBL, and others. He's a $200 million player in the NBA. In his spare time, he likes to rap, man. He's an artist, man. He's better known as Dame Dollar as a rapper. So I mean, this is a guy, man, that's beloved in Portland, man. He's been very loyal to them. He's been there for years, man. They haven't been able to get over the hump to be a championship contender down there. They got Chauncey Billups down there as a coach down there, and it's just been unable. So a lot of times people are trying to find somewhere where Dame can play at. So everybody's like, "Oh, Dame should go here. Dame should go there." Last year his team finished 13th in the Western Conference. That's not good. So it doesn't look like they're going to do much better because right now the West is just loaded, man. It's just stacked, and I mean, unless you go, if you're going to play in the West, man, you got to be playing with a, you got to play with a real team. You got to play like it'd have been nice if he could have, they could have worked out something for him and got him in L.A. or something. I mean, I don't see where he could go in the West. Is somewhere that he's needed in the West. I thought maybe Kyrie Irving would make a move, and then that would Dame could do this or that, but I just don't see how, because there's a lot of politics. I know Dame knows Jason Kidd, so I thought maybe if um, if Kyrie didn't come back, that Dame would end up being in Dallas. I was kind of like, okay, let's see what's going to happen. And obviously the talk is Dame going to Miami, and I just don't see how it's going to happen. Because if you're the Portland Trailblazers, you will go ahead and you love Dame. Dame has been very good in the community, even though there are some fans there. They act like they unhappy with the fact that Dame wants to leave. And I'm like, man, this man has given y'all everything. Let him leave, man. Let him go somewhere else and try to see if he can be a contender. He's giving you everything he's got. Let him see if he can go somewhere else and be a contender somewhere. What's wrong with that? Wouldn't you be happy to see the man, even if he won a championship on another team? Wouldn't that still be a good for him? Because he's still going to live there in Portland. He's Portland. Everybody knows he's a Trailblazer for life. He's going to always be affiliated and associated with that team. He's the best player ever. I mean, Bill Walton's there. Clyde Drexler was there. I think Dame was better than all of them. Um, and we will see Dame as the first ballot Hall of Famer, I'm sure. Um, I don't see him going to Miami, man, because Miami just don't have enough to give up. I mean, if he's gonna, he can't just go. Dame can't just go anywhere, man, because if that's the case, you might as well just stay in Portland. I mean, it's not like Portland don't have a good team. They got a good young squad. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, you're not gonna. Nobody's out there is beating Denver right now. Y'all gonna have to really step up to beat Denver. I mean, the speed and athleticism of Memphis Grizzlies, athleticism of Sacramento Kings, can give Denver some problems. I think you're not going to beat them with strength, but you can go at them with speed. But with Miami, the East, I could see why you want to go East because East is wide open. There's no definite contenders out there. So Miami, I don't see that working because Miami, Tyler Hero and some draft picks. Nah, Portland looking at that like, nah, man, I don't need a Tyler Hero, man. They got Shaden Sharp out there. They just drafted that dude, Scoot Henderson, who looks like he's gonna be a baller. I like his swag. I like the suit he had on at the draft. I like the bling. I like his attitude. I like how he coming in there and he can play. The little bit that he did play in the summer league, I say, oh yeah, this dude can ball. He nice, man. Point guard can do a lot. And I like that kid, Jeremy Grant. He used to play with Denver, and then he played with Denver. I think he was in the bubble. Played well with Denver at that time, and he also played at Detroit. And he's got a nice game. It's a big kid, man. I think he's about 6'9" or so. Do it all, man. Tough player, man. Shoot the three, dunk on you, athletic. And then they got the big kid, Jusuf Nurkic, down low. So they got a good competitive team. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I just don't see Miami making it back in the Eastern Conference Finals and nothing. I mean, Jimmy Butler's getting older as well. I just don't see it, man. I mean, I think what they did this year with making it to the finals, I think was very, very fortunate because they could have lost in the play-in. They was very close to losing in the play-in, and none of that would have ever even happened had they lost in the play-in. You just keep in mind they barely made the playoffs and then end up being a favorite and making it to the finals. It's a lot of things went their way. I think some injuries went their way. I don't think if Giannis would have played the entire series if he hadn't gotten hurt in that first game and basically missed the whole series and was hurt, couldn't help his team. Big props to Miami. They did what they were supposed to do. They won, but I don't see them beating Milwaukee had they had if Giannis had played. And I also think that if I think Game 7 in Boston. Come on, man. Come on, man. They Jason Tatum don't twist his ankle in the beginning of the game. Twists his ankle. He obviously was not himself, and we saw what he did in Game 7 against Philadelphia, where he went off of 51, which is a Game 7 record as far as scoring. That's a record. I think Jason Tatum would have definitely played better and they could have won that game 7 at home. So, you know, I don't see him going. I see Dame going to somewhere. He said he don't want to go to Boston, but Boston to me would be a great fit. I mean, if it's about winning a championship, if you're talking about you don't want to win a championship for another championship for the Boston Celtics, you just don't want to be a part of the green and white. You don't like the colors or you don't like the city. You thinking some other stuff. But listen, man, if you want to win a championship, man, I think that the Boston Celtics is a great spot to play because they can actually do something. They could actually trade Brown. They could let Brown because Brown is a 200 max player, $200 million max player. So they could put Brown, let him go to Portland. I don't think Portland will say no to Brown. He's a dog. He's a dog. You know what I'm saying? So he'll be great for that team in the locker room and everything out of ATL. I think Brown would be great for the Celtics, and you can let him go there because he's a $200 million player. Dame's a $2 million player. Matter of fact, we can just swap even with that. No draft picks, no nothing. Let's just swap even. Who don't want Brown on their team? He deserved the $200 million. He's all NBA as well, and he's a veteran that'll be good on for that young team. So I could see him going somewhere like that. You know, I also like Dame in Philadelphia. Hey, and if I'm Philly, I give him up because after hearing Joel Embiid's comments talking about, you know, hey, winning the championship, now I think Joel Embiid last year, he was satisfied with just getting MVP. I think that's what something he's got check marks on his career, MVP. That was one of them. So he's been trying his best, man, for the last 3 years, kept coming in second place for 2 years and finally won it. And to me, I thought he laid down too in the playoffs in that game 7. I thought he was just pleased, like getting MVP for him was enough. But then who am I to say? Because he was battling some injuries. You know, he is big and running around out there, knees hurt, whatever, whatever. But I just thought that me personally, I just kind of thought that he could have played much better. To me, I'm not saying he quit and he just was, a buster, but he just did not play, and he didn't seem like he was mentally into it. Just being honest with you, it didn't seem like it to me. But I heard him recently talk, and he was talking about winning, how he would like to see how it feel to win a championship. He want to win one, so that sounds like that's the thing that's on his checklist. I would love to see. I think Dave would fit well with that. A pick and roll with him, and obviously James Harden. I would see if they would let Maxey go, but I don't know. Would they let Maxey roll? And some people might say, "Man, nah, I'm gonna keep Maxey. I ain't gonna let Harden. I'm gonna keep Harden." I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I think I would try to work out something to keep Harden. I would keep Harden and Dame, and I would let Maxey go because I think it's very reason why I say that because I know the upside to Maxey. He's a baller. I'm not knocking him, but you need to win now because if you don't win now, you have a chance on losing Embiid because that's a possibility. These guys now are in control of their careers now. They are stepping up. They're friends. They're Twitter friends, and they talking. They hanging out with each other. They going on trips to France and Italy and stuff, and hanging out with one another, talking about coming up with game plans on how to move. And so Embiid has already hinted to the fact that, hey man, you know what I'm saying, I want to win a championship. So you need to win one now. This ain't gonna be no, the trust the process. That's over with. We here now. So Dame is the type of player that wants one right now. James Harden is a player that wants one right now. And Embiid is a player that wants one right now. Maxey is the one that's young and got time. So I would let Maxey go, man. I'm just being honest. I would let Maxey go. Know it's a big move, but I'm imagining that backcourt. James Harden has already shown that he can play the point. He can slide to the 2. And then that backcourt with James Harden, Dame Dollar, and man, big fella Joel Embiid, I think that'll be enough, man. You still got Tobias in them. I think that would be enough to compete for a championship. So I'm with Dame in 2 places: the Boston Celtics, just straight up for Brown, or straight up for Maxey out there in Philadelphia, and keep James and sign James Harden, and let's go. I like that. I like that a lot. What y'all think, man? I say Dame Little. No, Miami's not gonna work. They don't have enough for you, bro. And they ain't winning no championship with you out there anyway. They're not gonna win it. They'll be better, but they're not. Y'all not gonna beat Milwaukee. You're not gonna beat the Celtics. I don't think so. My money is that's not going to happen this next year. You may barely make the playoffs if you get in there. It's not going to be much better. But if you really want to be in there, get with some superstars like a James Harden, you know what I'm saying, who still got something in the tank, you know what I'm saying, and led by Joel Embiid. And I just hope that Embiid now, after saying that he wants to win that championship like that, I want to see what kind of leader he's going to be out there on the court because he's such a great player. But like you know he's so mild mannered out there. Like you never see him like really encouraging his teammates out there on the court. Not saying he doesn't. I'm not saying he doesn't. It's not like I'm in the locker room or nothing. But I would like to see him be more of a vocal leader because he's that dude. And I would love. I want to see Philly and I want to see Denver in the finals. I do. I want to see Philly and Denver in the finals, and I want to see Embiid and Joker go at it. And then we got Murray and Dame Dollar. Please let me get James Harden. Yeah, I want that in the finals. I want to see that. Philadelphia versus Denver in the NBA Finals. Let the sparks fly. This your boy, man, Big Mac, man, Malcolm Mackey coming to you, man. The Malcolm Mackey podcast brought to you by Big Mac Entertainment and sponsored by Mercedes-Benz of Buckhead, man, located 2799 Piedmont Road. ATL, shouted. Come holler at your boy, man. Check out the website, Mercedes of Buckhead. Don't be calling me with no 400 credit scores talking about you want a Maybach. Don't be coming out there wasting my time. Don't do it. Because what I'm going to do is security, come get this dude. Security, come get this woman. I ain't got time for that, man. Don't waste my time. Don't waste my time at all, y'all. Come out and see us. We got the best inventory in the state of Georgia, and we got the best group of people. And you got yours truly, your boy, Big Mac, Big Mac Entertainment. Come on down, man. I'd love to shoot a video of you, put you on the podcast too, man. Come on down and get one from me. Holla at your boy, man, Big Mac Entertainment, Malcolm Mackey Podcast. Peace.